What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And just to show you that I am triple A certified when it comes to this thing, you feel me? You can look at my record right up here to show you why I'm triple A certified. So, we're back again with another picks video and to show you that I am right when it comes to these picks, all right? Something that has a 33% chance of winning. I am able to accumulate what I think it's like, the math will be right here, but I think it's like 60 something percent. All right. So that's just to show you that this is the channel that you need to come to when it comes to your picks for the Premier League weekend. And when it comes to the NFL as well, when the NFL will be coming up next week, this is the picks video for you. All right. So let's get into the content to show you. So these are the games for the Premier League week game 4. All right. So the first game this weekend is Luton versus West Ham, and by the time that this video comes out, this game would have already started or has concluded. All right, but for the picks, I'm going to go with West Ham, and I'm picking before the game starts. By the way, just so you guys know. All right, but I'm going to go with West Ham. Luton looked, they you could see that they were trying versus Chelsea, but they're just not good enough, right? So overcome a team like West Ham who just beat um, Brighton last weekend. All right, and Brighton were on the top of the mountain. So I think West Ham should win that fairly easily. So the next game is Sheffield versus Everton. And for this game, I want to say, you guys know how much I hate Everton, so I really would want Everton to lose. But I'm going to go with a draw for this one because Sheffield cannot find goals anywhere. Everton also had a very bad loss versus Wolves. Very happy about that though, and I predicted that Wolves would win. So that's to tell you, like, you should listen to these predictions. But yeah, this will be a draw, probably like a 0-0 or 1-1 draw. All right, and then the next game now is Bournemouth versus Brentford. I think Bournemouth is a good team, or an okay team, I should say. But Brentford should win this game, not comfortably, but like a nice 2-0. I won't say it's like truly hard fought or anything, but a nice outing for Brentford. A nice 2-0. Kind of like a exaggerated training session, I guess, for Brentford. No disrespect to Bournemouth, but that's how I would see it. And then the next game, which has me stumped, is Spurs or Burnley versus Spurs, right? Spurs were bad versus the team that they played midweek in the Carabao Cup, which are already out of, so they're not getting any trophies this year. Again, even without Harry Kane. But even with all of that said, that was the B team for Spurs or BRC team for Spurs. So I do think the A team, who knows how Postecoglou wants to play and have been playing great football, I do think that Spurs end up winning this game. It will be a hard fought window for them for sure. And then the next game is Chelsea versus Nottingham, which is the biggest surprise so far of all these picks. All right, the biggest surprise, because I have this game as a draw and Nottingham doing what they should have done versus United last weekend. All right, so I think Nottingham, I think it will be a draw. It'll probably be a high scoring draw, maybe 2-2 or um or 3-3 or something like that. Even though Ben Johnson is not there, still have Gibbs White there and everything. So I do still think it will be a draw for this game. Even though Pochettino is a great manager and everything, still think it will be a draw. And then this game, not much needs to be said. Man City is going to win this game. I would love for Fulham to win it. I hope that they have, that spark in them to win it, to push on and win it. But I can't see it happening. So I think City will win that game, even without De Bruyne. They have changed their tactics, and Alvarez just looks like a man possessed out there. So I do think City win that game quite easily. And the last game on Saturday is Brighton versus Newcastle. This is a big, big game for the weekend because there's a lot of implications to this game. And Brighton lost a terrible game versus West Ham. They were on top of the mountain, and now they're off their high horse because they lost that game to West Ham. And Newcastle, who were playing great football, lost to Man City and then lost 2-1 to a 10-man Liverpool to Darwin Núñez. They lost to Darwin Núñez by alone. Just Darwin Núñez. Yeah, they lost to Darwin Núñez, all right? So, but for this game, Newcastle really needs to push on. I believe that they will push on, and I think that Newcastle will take this win at Brighton. So yeah, it will be like a hard fought. It will be definitely a hard fought win, but they'll get it. Even though I do think Des Zebra is a better manager, I just think that Newcastle are hungry for that win, especially from the embarrassment that they got to Liverpool last weekend. So yeah, Newcastle will win this game, I believe, and both of them will end up on 6 points. All right, so we're on to the Sunday games. You have Crystal Palace versus Wolves. Crystal Palace should win this game comfortably. Wolves are still not a great team. They won last weekend, but they're still not a great team. They just beat an even worse team in Everton. But Crystal Palace should win this game, maybe like 2-0. It'll be one of those dead rubber type of game. Not dead rubber, but like dead atmosphere, I guess. Atmosphere is the wrong word because Crystal Palace has a great atmosphere. But you know what I mean? Like, it'll just be one of those games that you don't really want to watch because you know what the result will be. So I think Crystal Palace win that game. And the next one is Liverpool versus Aston Villa. All right, so this game now, you guys just going to say, oh, you have your Liverpool bias, so Liverpool is going to win, blah, blah, blah. And you're absolutely right. All right, Liverpool will win. But there's no Van Dijk. We have Gomez and Matip that will probably start this game because there's no Konate either. We just signed Gravenberch. I don't think he'll play or anything like that. But I think that we'll set up ourselves properly to win this game, even without Van Dijk. I think Núñez will now push on to be the top goal scorer who I said that he will be this year. He has, 44 more goals to go. So, yeah, man, I think Liverpool win this game like a nice 3-1, something like that. We're not keeping a clean sheet without Van Dijk in there. And it was, the unjust red card. And you can argue with yourself if you believe that red card was just. I don't care what you have to say. Football is soft and the referees are garbage. But whatever, we still won the game, so it's fine. But yeah, Liverpool will beat Aston Villa in this game. And then for the final game of the weekend, we have the big one. It's a very big game. We have Arsenal versus United. Now, everyone would think that Arsenal should win this game. And I would want to agree with everyone, except that for some reason, this garbage United team, United over the years, just always has that thing for Arsenal. And with how the game is being reffed nowadays, you know that this is a massive fixture as well. I think it has maybe the second most red cards. You have to correct me on that, but maybe the second most red cards as a fixture in Premier League history. But especially with how the games are being reffed and everything, I can see a red card in this game, and I can maybe see it on the Arsenal side. So that's one way that United can draw or win this game. Or just that United have their number, Arsenal probably come out flat or something like that. They just drew with Fulham. But I'm going to go with this as a draw. I think that this is a draw. You can stamp that draw in, I believe. So, yeah. That's how I see the game's going this weekend. So now let me show you the implications that will happen. Like if you come to this channel and watch this channel, all right, I can show you the implications of listening to me when it comes to these predictions or these picks for the weekend. So let me get right into that for you guys. All right, so here you lot can see this is on JustBet, and just want to say that I'm not being sponsored by JustBet, but JustBet, you can have your people call my people, and we can get a sponsorship thing going, you get me? But no, I'm not being sponsored by JustBet or anything, but this is just to show you the implications of what can happen if you listen to these picks, right? So I'm just going to pick the first three, not the first three, but like 3 games that I believe are dead stamp games to go how I believe that they will go, right? So the first one of them is Brentford and Bournemouth. Oh, and just to show you that this means that Brentford will win. If I pick this one, it means that Bournemouth will win. And if I pick the middle one, it means that you think the game will be a draw. For those who don't understand how betting works on it. But I think that Brentford will beat Bournemouth. As I said before, I said Brentford will beat Bournemouth, right? The other one is Brighton and Newcastle. I think that Newcastle will beat Brighton. And then the other one that I said is Arsenal and United would be a draw. So those three, right? Look at those three games. The odds on it is 18.86. So that's a multiplier. So if I put $1,000 in there, and this, by the way, is called a parlay, by the way. You see, it says multiple up here. This is called a parlay. So this is when you compound all of them together to get that multiplier, which is, you see the multiple. So if all, what this is saying is that if all three of these games go how I say it will go, where Brentford beats Bournemouth, Newcastle beats Brighton, and Arsenal and United draw, then if I put $1,000 in JMD, Jamaican dollars, I can win $18,865. You get me? And for the people in the US, that's if I put like $6.50 somewhere there, $6.48, something like that, in, then I can get back like, I think it's $100 and something dollars. And those in the UK is like £5.15, £5.20, something like that. And the total win would be like £92 if all of these hit how it should hit. So if one of them is off, you lose $1,000. But if all three hit how it should hit, then you can win $18,000 at 1,000. And as I say, it's just a multiplier. So if I put 2,000 in instead of 1,000, that's 37,000, which is the 18,000 that you saw before, times 2, and it would be $37,000 that you can win. So yeah, you guys can use this is why it's important to literally watch my picks. And as you can see up here, you'll see my record. Something that, as I said before, has a 33% success rate. I'm at 60 something percent. So that's just to show you that I am certified when it comes to these picks. All right. So you should listen to me, and that's why you should listen to me. But yeah, man, that's all I wanted to get into to show you guys. So big up yourself, man, and enjoy the game week. Enjoy game week 4, and just hope that this is a great week for your team, unless you're a United fan or an Everton fan. But hope that this is a great week for your team. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Big up yourself. Peace. I'll see you next time.